to Animate South Pole Way. Watch and laugh, make memes all day. See the magic frame by frame. South Pole leads the animation game. Just by watching you'll see memes that set your spirit free. South Pole's got the secret key. Animation fun for you and me.
Okay, here we are, learning to animate the South Pole way. Number 1, turning a face into an animated face and a resting face. So the animated face refers to when the person is talking. The resting face refers to when they're not moving and the types of movements they make to insinuate life. So the first thing you do is you take the face with a clear background and remove the mouth. Create a separate part. You have to break it down into several parts. You have the main face, which is divided top and bottom, mouth and top part. And then you'll need to take the eyes and eyebrows off as a separate image as well. And this is so you can use that to form facial expressions, to blink the eyes. So here you see 3 parts. The entire face, the big part, will be in the back. The eyes and the eyebrows will be a mask over that. And then the mouth, the jaw part, will be separate because it's mobile. You still have to decide what's going to be inside the mouth when the mouth opens. So in this instance, because we're dealing with someone who's going to be portrayed as a charlatan, the image behind the face is going to be a cow manure. But you can do anything. There's another person in the same episode, and for him I used the inside of a snake's mouth. But as you can see here, we have the background image that will show when the mouth is open. And I'm going to just crop it so it fits behind the face. Then, after I get the background completed, I will be, and this is just something I thought of just now, I'm going to be removing the whites of the eyes with a transparent background so that the manure can be seen behind the person's eyes as well. So here you can see I'm cropping using the eraser tool. Now note the gray-white checkers. That means transparent. We have to work in transparent layers. And for this you can use any site, Photoshop. I use sketch.io. There are many different sites that are suitable for this. So the one I like, it's sketch.io. You can just copy and paste your images from the web into it. Now here we go. This is the part that's going to be in the very back layer. And it can just be black. It can be teeth. You can put the inside of the mouth as far as what's going to be in the background, just pure black, and that usually is sufficient. So now I'm trimming the jaw, and these components with the clear backgrounds need to be saved individually. So this is an example. The jaw is now ready to be put into place, and it has a transparent background. Now we're going to go ahead and put the rest of the parts into place. But as I said, I want the eyes to also depict what the person had. And it's just a visual joke. You know, he's full of it. You can see it up to his eyes. So here you take the eraser tool. And you have to remove the mouth from the bottom lip down, since we already have it over on the other side of the image here. And then I'm going to take the same eraser, but I'm going to shrink it down. And I'm going to go around the eyeballs to create the effect that I want. So again, eraser tool, make it thin, and trace the areas which are now transparent. So whatever you put behind is going to show through. And in this case, I had a very specific idea. And once I've erased these parts, I'm going to save the top half of the head as its own image. and then it will be ready to be put into place. Then we can work on the eyebrows. And the brow section is used to create the blinking effect and related facial expressions. So the eyebrows are an important part of this. So in total, you have 4 parts. The background part, top half, bottom half, and then the brow mask, which is what I'm creating right here. So as you can see, the separate eyebrows can slip right over the face. And the way I'm going to make him blink, instead of moving eyelids down, which you can do, is I'm going to just put the mask over the head and drag it over the eyes. So as you can see here, the brow allows me to shut the eyes, and here's the mouth opening. I'm going to move the jawline in a little bit. And another thing I like to do, once I get started saving the frames, is I like to tilt the head and make other minor movements. So here we have it. We have the mask, the jaw, the brow, the background, and now we're ready to just save several frames in sequence. To create the resting face, you just want to have the head move, the eyes blink, maybe they grind their teeth. But besides that, the mouth is going to stay closed so as not to confuse viewers as to who is speaking. These exported images will be taken into a separate program once we get all of them complete. As you can see here, I'm dragging the brow to cover the eyes for 1 frame, which I'll save. So again, with every change you make to it, you're going to save it. So you have a sequence of images which will then create a loop. So what you're really creating is a resting face loop and a speaking loop. So here you have the brow. Notice how seamless it is. And I saved it as is. And the next, I have to drag the brow over the eyes or raise the eyebrows, however you want to change it. I'm going to move the jaw a little bit. And again, these little changes are the nuances that will convey that the person is alive, even if they're not speaking at that moment. They're not part of the background. You could do the same thing with breathing, with the arms, the chest, little body movements. So now you have eyes closed. And see how easy that was to close the eyes? You just drag the brow down. Save it. And now the very next frame, the eyes will be open. And if this happens on a loop, it will appear that he is periodically blinking. Now I'm saving all these images in sequence, but the place where we create the actual animation outside of the drawing program is called imageflip.com. So here's an image with the mouth open. I'll save it. Again, a lot of expressions are being created here just by tweaking with the eyebrows. So here we are in Image Flip. And I'm going to upload the images in sequence. I believe we have about a dozen images saved for this particular character. So you go to Image Flip, create GIF, and then under GIF you go to Open Images. And then from your desktop you bring in all those images and it'll immediately start cycling the animation. So here we have 12. The dial on top allows you to set the speed. You can talk really fast, talk really slow. Notice how the head tilts back and forth. And then the background needs to be clear. So you go under Advanced and you just delete the background color. And you save it. And then you remove the parts where the mouth moves and you save it again as a resting face. And that would complete the process. You now have the looping, speaking, and resting faces.